your host, Casey, talking about all the important news and everything you need to know about your Seattle Seahawks.
All right, and welcome back to Hawk Talk with Casey Catherwood. I'm your host, Casey. It is a beautiful rainy day here at Hawk headquarters. The rain has been away for almost 80 days, and it's back, and we're all really fired up here because that's the environment that we thrive in as dwellers here in the Pacific Northwest. We're coming off of a big Seahawks win last week against Carolina. We've got a huge matchup this week. Let's get right into the tangibles. Standard format for a Hawk Talk. Here we go. In the Carolina game, our secondary, Brandon Browner, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, were aggressive, and we were throwing off wide receivers' rhythms right off the bat. I'm just so fired up today, guys. Richard Sherman especially basically got inside of Steve Smith, legendary wide receiver for the Panthers, head like a worm, and basically rolled around in there all day, making it very hard for Smith to play his usual game. There were some jab moves at the line, and Steve Smith clearly was flustered because he got a big penalty, a holding penalty on Sherman, threw him to the ground. It was great to see Steve Smith, kind of a notorious jerk in the league, get treated kind of like a rag all day. The pass protection was great for the Seahawks. Next topic. Great pass protection. Our offensive line seems to be gelling with James Carpenter in there. I don't know if you guys noticed. James Carpenter is back in at left guard, and I talked about him last week. It's so big. He's just a Goliath out there. And the pass protection was good. I don't know if that says something about the Panthers' D-line, which is not tremendous, or our pass protection, but we will see. We will see as the season progresses. Russell Wilson completions on third down. That was my challenge to our young rookie quarterback last week, is let's convert some third downs, Russ. And he did it. I mean, we were complete. I think he almost had a perfect completion percentage on third down. Now, conversion was not perfect, but it was improved, and that is the reason we won the game, in my opinion. My question is, though, why are all these throws underneath the end zone in the red zone? Every shot, even the touchdown pass to Golden Tate in the third or fourth quarter, I can't recall, it was late in the game, was shot underneath the end zone. Why aren't we taking some shots in there and see what happens? Is it because he can't see? I refuse to believe it. I think as the weeks go on, he's getting a little more confident. This is Russell Wilson. And I think you'll see that those shots in the end zone will start to come around. One name, when we're talking about things that were good, Cam Chancellor. He should have had 2 interceptions in the game, for one. For 2, he was just a beast out there. Very proud of Cam Chancellor. Man, this guy is playing like an all-pro right now. It's very, very exciting. Our whole secondary is, to be honest. The huge completion to Golden Tate in the first quarter. Man, that's a shame that Brino Giacomini, our right tackle, held there, because, man, that was like a 56-yard strike. Golden Tate hit it right in stride. In my opinion, it's a sign of things to come. Russell Wilson has good arm strength, and, man, Giacomini ended up getting his punishment for it. I mean, he was pulled out of the game for a series. That and his personal foul, so what can you do, you know? It was a great pass. We'll get it next time. Maybe this Sunday. Who knows? Man, those speedy fellas, Bobby Wagner and Bruce Irvin, they both had sacks on Cam Newton during the game. Cam Newton, Carolina quarterback, is known for being a extremely fast quarterback, and Bobby Wagner and Bruce Irvin both ran from behind to catch him by the ankles for sacks. Huge game for them. Really shows that Pete Carroll's determination to get faster on defense in the offseason panned out, because our first and second round picks were both fast defensive players, and those are the 2 that I just mentioned. So that's pretty huge. Very exciting. Very exciting times for our increasingly fast defense. Russell Wilson finally got the game-winning touchdown. Sure, it didn't come in the last drive like a few of them, of those opportunities have been there in the past couple of games, but the game was decided by a touchdown, and Russell Wilson put it in there finally. And I don't know if you watched the game on TV, folks, but those announcers were saying that third down there at the end zone that Russell Wilson ended up throwing for a touchdown, they were all saying before the TV timeout, this is the kid's last chance. You might have to even put in Flynn if he doesn't convert this. And that was just, that was terrifying. But he ended up coming up big, and it was a great moment. All the 12th man are behind him. Regardless of whether you want Matt Flynn in there, regardless of whether you want Josh Portis in there, which you might be crazy if you think in that, Hawks fans. But regardless of what you want, when it comes down to Sunday, we're all rooting for our team, so root for the quarterback. Enough said. Man, that was a heartless run by Marshawn Lynch on 3rd and 7 late in the fourth quarter. We were kind of backed up in our end zone. We probably, it would have been a completely different situation. 3rd and 7 seems like an improbable running down. We'd ran it, the 2 times before. And Marshawn just carried the pile for a gain of 11, and it kept the clock going. And that was basically the nail in the coffin right there. So Marshawn, keep doing what you do. Stay healthy. The sky's the limit for these Hawks. Let's just go right to the bad. Not a lot of bad last week. It was a great win, wasn't it, Hawks fans? I've been riding a high all week. Food tastes better. My back doesn't hurt so much. Work. Even my boss can't bring me down. Just kidding. Bad. Still too many field goals. We need more touchdowns. We're just getting too many field goals, folks. Our offense looks good and looks good and looks good, and then we get in the red zone, and that is why we are currently the worst in the NFL in red zone offense. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs if you are the worst, if you have the worst red zone offense in the league. I don't care how unconventionally built this team is. You got to get in the end zone when you're in the red zone, at least some of the time. Field goals aren't going to cut it against some of these elite teams. It's obvious. There's no question about it. Mention Brino Giacomini one more time, just really quickly. He needs to focus. Stupid to be getting these personal fouls. Stupid to hold on that 56-yard bomb. We'll figure it out, right, Brino? You're going to keep getting benched if you continue this behavior. Leon Washington had 2 fumbles in the game. Everybody will remember the fumble that started the second half after his big run. But he actually bobbled another ball in the first quarter on a punt return. And Leon is considered one of the greatest returners in the league, kicks and punts. But 2 fumbles in one game, you can't do that. It's going to cost us eventually. Maybe not. It didn't cost us this week because our offense rallied. But your guy back there has got to be a sure thing. I'd rather see someone just catch it and take a knee than drop it. And then finally, for the bad, 2 interceptions for Russell Wilson. I think both of them were his fault. It's debatable on the second interception that he threw, and he hit Marshawn Lynch in the hands with the ball, and it kind of squirted up into the air. The first one that was returned for a touchdown in the second half, that was definitely his fault. He put no mustard on that ball, and it was kind of just like a sailing goose up there for Captain Munnerlyn from the Panthers to bring back for a touchdown. But we got to get smarter with the ball. This is a quarterback that is not known for interceptions. He threw almost none in college, and yes, there are growing curves, but I'd like to see Russell Wilson tone that down this week, especially going into our game that we're playing this week, which I'm transitioning into, the New England Patriots. Man, all I can say is it's lucky we have these guys at home, folks. This is going to be a big, big game for us. Big, big test. But it's great that we have them here in Seattle. All week I've been wondering, will Max Unger, the Seahawks starting center, in my opinion a Pro Bowler, play in the game? He's got a hip issue. I don't think he's been practicing all week. And with the dump truck, Vince Wilfork, defensive tackle for the Patriots, coming to town, you better hope that Unger's going to be in there. I think he'll play, but something to keep an eye on, Hawks fans. Chandler Jones, first rookie draft pick for the Patriots. He's been putting up some sack numbers this year, so we'll have to keep an eye on him on the offensive line. I think that the Patriots are susceptible to the pass over the top. And watching their game against the Broncos last week, I mean, sure, you got Peyton Manning back there and Demaryius Thomas, who's a great wide receiver for the Broncos. But their numbers aren't good. The Patriots aren't good over the top. I think that you're going to see the playbook have to be opened up this week to let Russell Wilson really let one fly, kind of like that big pass that was taken back in the Carolina game. We're going to have to pass the ball, folks. Speaking of the running game, the Patriots have sort of changed their approach, and they've now become a more balanced team. They have a good running game. They're actually up in the top 5 rushing offenses in the league with 3 running backs: Stephen Ridley, Brandon Bolden, and Danny Woodhead. They run a power run scheme, and each player has plays that they call for them that suit their skill set. I'm running out of time here, folks. Sorry. You need to make the Patriots beat us with the pass. We have to take that run game away from them. And I mean, considering how good our defense is at doing that, I don't think that's too tall of an order. Tom Brady runs a no-huddle so effectively. We have to slow it down. They're going to be running up to the line, making it hard for us to get our substitutions. And then all of a sudden, the run game's going. They're throwing to Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski, their great tight end. I mean, things just get crazy. Will the 12th man be able to affect them? Because their tempo will be absolutely relentless on offense. They're getting Aaron Hernandez, their other star tight end, back this week. This is the New England Patriots. They're getting Aaron Hernandez back. Will we be able to stop these 2 tight end attack that they bring? I mean, because it's just tremendous. It's all world. The Patriots are a great team. Just absolutely tremendous team. They played in the Super Bowl last year. I think that they blew it in the Super Bowl. They probably should have won that game. I mean, Tom Brady doesn't get any bigger than that, Seahawks fans. This would be the biggest win for the Seahawks yet, for sure. Of all of our wins so far, if we were to win on Sunday, I think this would be the first game that we could really hang our hat on. So we would be able to really say that this team is maybe for real. Seahawks win. Russell Wilson, in my opinion, needs 2 passing touchdowns, which is something he's only done once in his career. He's going to need them. Seattle, I think if we score first, keep an eye on this, Hawks fans. If we score first, you can start feeling pretty good. I don't know why I have a feeling about it, I just do. We need to score first, and I think that the defense will show up. Our defense, Seahawks defense, I think they'll give Brady and company a run for their money, but will the offense show up? This is not a tremendous defense that the New England Patriots are bringing to Seattle. Will the offense show up? Will Russell Wilson improve every week like I've been asking him to here on Hawk Talk? I think so, Hawks fans. I really do. I have faith in this team. We gotta cheer. We gotta be so loud even at home. I mean, if you live in Ballard, Bothell, Kingsgate, Linwood, by the South Center Mall, if you're shouting, that energy will definitely be hitting the stadium. Really, let's just be fired up this weekend. I think the Hawks will win 24-21. I'm taking the home team, baby. Seahawks all the way. Been a great pleasure to be hearing feedback from people. I think that the 12th man and Seattle Seahawk Nation is as strong as ever. Keep supporting Hawk Talk, and go Seahawks.